Hey, hola, ¿cómo estás? Bonjour, ça va? Hey, it's me, the Lost Canuck, and we're up here in the barbecue lab, aka Lost Canuck's kitchen when we're not filming. So, on today's cook, got the cooking hat on, and for all you Masterbuilt AutoIgnite 545 fans, we're going to throw some charcoal in there, fire it up. I've never made ribs on it, so let's make some ribs. I was over at my good friend's Northern Fire Barbecue and Grilling Supply. They sell Compart Duroc ribs. I got some nice St. Louis cut spare ribs, so I thought I'd put a couple of racks of those out on the Masterbuilt. And so we're going to throw some lump charcoal in there and get it lit and do the prep here. So stay tuned. Let's roll that intro. All right, so like I said, we're going to fire up the Masterbuilt, but first, on these ribs, got to pull the membrane, which, you know, it's kind of a tedious, crappy job, but somebody's got to do it. Might as well be the Lost Canuck and not you. So, how I do it, maybe I'll only do one, so I only embarrass myself once, is I like to take a butter knife, pull it all the way through like that, pull it up a bit, and if you can grab it just with your gloves, like that, you can pull off the one side and keep on going. See, it doesn't always turn out though. There, wow. Now this is the first time I've ever pulled it off where it's come off like that. So, I don't know, maybe it's lottery ticket day today. So let's grab, I spoke too soon though, because I still have one more membrane to pull. Holy Dinah. Are you even pulling, Lost Canuck? I am, trust me, I am. This pig must have been on steroids or something. Just kidding. I don't think they use steroids in these. There we go. Okay. Yowza! That was a membrane and a half. First one easy, second one not so easy. We got her. Do you even lift, bro? That's, you know, you guys can leave me a comment below. All right. So, on today's episode, yes, I'm going to use some binder because I like using binder. And I like to try and use local stuff as much as I can. For the binder, I'm going to use this Lake Superior Spice Company. It's made up in Duluth, Minnesota, not too far from here. And it's called Squeal of Approval. And so I'm just going to put a little bit on here. There we go. Just coat the surface. Now, I talked to these guys when I was over at Northern Fire Customer Appreciation Day. Good bunch of people. Again, they make this locally. Well, local, it's like 2-hour drive from here, but I consider that local. Put some on the backs. I really like St. Louis cut ribs. Now, you don't get as much meat on them as you do baby backs, but they're more tender. There's more marbling and fat in these. And, you know, as we all know, fat is flavor. So there we go. All right, so like I said, I'm doing a local theme today. So on today's episode, I'm going to use this Prairie Smoke and Spice. This is their all-purpose rub. These guys are from Regina, Saskatchewan, up in Canada. The province that right next to Lost Canucks province of Manitoba. Anyways, when I was up in Winnipeg at Lux Barbecue. I picked up a few things, and I picked up some of this all-purpose. So I've tried this on ribs before. I've been pretty happy. So let's get some on there. Smells great. Whatever they're doing up there in Regina, smells good. Unless you're out by the co-op upgrader, then it doesn't smell so good. So we got the front, back. These things look great. Hit any bald spots you got from flipping them. There we go. All right. So what we're going to do, leave these in the fridge for a couple hours, let them dry brine. I'll see you down at the pit. I'll fill it up with some charcoal, get her lit, get her set at 250. That's the, unfortunately on the Masterbuilt, that's as low as it goes. So I'll set it at 250. These are pretty thin. They'll cook fast. So I'll see you down at the pit. Okay, so we're at our little Masterbuilt AutoIgnite 545. Time to turn on the AutoIgnite here in a second. Let's get the hopper loaded up. I got some black bag FOGO charcoal. We'll just get the hopper loaded up, and then we'll put some cherry chunks in there. I put a little bit in. And I like to mix in some little cherry chunks onto in here. That's plenty. And we'll put a little more lump on top. So, let's turn the AutoIgnite feature on. That's this button here. All right, so we're just waiting for the little hot rod to get red hot, and then I got my little starter on the sled, and we'll just push it in. So when this light goes solid, that means it's like your old time cigarette lighter in a car. You push it in, wait till it heats up. Oh, there, it's ready to go. Yeah, I can hear it puffing it now. Well, sometimes these things need a little help. I got to get my lighter. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. All right, well, I went to get my lighter, and it already lit. So now the fan started, and we're going to leave this open for a minute until we can see some of the charcoal getting lit. Oh yeah. Okay, so the fans turned it on. I'll wait for some of the charcoal to go, and then close this up because you don't want to snuff out your flame right away. We'll throw the ribs on. All right, well, we're back at the pit. Got her all lit. It's at 250, and it's holding nice and steady. Now I'm going to try these little Meat Stick 5, the Duo system. It's got the little digital display, which is kind of cool. Now, I just like to see where I'm at during the cook. You know, you don't necessarily absolutely have to put these in, but I like just to check things out as we go along. Now I hear my sprinklers kicking in, so I'll have to put those on pause too, otherwise we're going to get wet. So let's get our ribs on. What I like to do is scrunch them a bit. So I scrunch them together so that, because after you get them placed, that's kind of how they cook. Gives you just a little more meaty bite. All right, let's get that closed down. You know, one thing I forgot to do was hit pause on there, but too late now. Anyways, she's on 250. I'm going to spritz the ribs after the first couple hours. Just let the rub set up on them, and then spritz them every hour after that. So these are pretty thin. They should cook fast. We're getting plenty of smoke off this little Masterbuilt. It works pretty well. So I'll see you when it's time to wrap them. Hey, well, we're back down at the pit. We're at the Masterbuilt 545 AutoIgnite. This thing's been running. It's still pretty hot. I got to stoke her up a bit here in a minute, but it's time to wrap our ribs. Let's take a look and see what the color looks like. I'm thinking that, oh yeah, look at that. This thing you know, for 150, this thing only cost me 150 bucks. And for 150 bucks, I haven't been mad at it. It's been pretty good. So let's bring these things in to wrap. All right, so let's check and see what the coal level's like. Might have to stoke it back up. That's not doing too bad. All right, let's go inside, wrap these things, and get them back on. Hey, well, we're back inside. I'm going to wrap the ribs in this butcher paper. That's what I use. What I like to do is put a couple pads of butter down first. And don't ask me why, but dogs love butter. At least this one does. So I'll put a couple pads there. 2 pads, and then I put sauce on the bottom because then I flip it back over. But wow, color looks really nice on these. That little Masterbuilt's doing a nice job. So, oh, this is Blues Hog Champions Blend sauce. Just trying to finish it off here. Okay. Got enough for one more rack of ribs. Just enough. Put this in the recycling. Finish wrapping. All right. I'm going to throw this out on the pit. Crank it up to 325 and we'll finish it off. And then we'll glaze them and then we'll try them out on the cutting board. I'll see you out there. Hey, well, we're back down at the Masterbuilt. And my temperature sensors are telling me the internal temperature has been met. That's the Meat Stick 5 Duo. It's been doing a great job. I've been testing it on a bunch of stuff. I like it. Works good. It's kind of nice to have the display out in the open. So here's my little glazing brush. Let's, what we'll do, oh, I better, first of all, you got to put this on pause so the fan doesn't take off. What we'll do is we'll take them off one at a time, glaze them, and put them back on. So let me unwrap this first. See what it looks like. Color looks really good. So let me get the glaze on, brush it in, and we'll throw it back on the grill. What I'm using for glaze is this Hey Grill Hey Maple Bourbon Glaze. I've been having really good luck with this. I like it. Okay, so we'll get that back on the pit. And what we'll do is we'll let it sit there for about 10 minutes at 300 just to let everything set up on it. Oh, I got to check the temperature, make sure I got it set right. Nope, at 350. Okay, it's set at 300. That's about the caramelization point of sugar. Okay, if you hear a yelp, I'm stepping on paws. They're in my way. I don't mean to step on you guys, but come on. Let's throw this rack on. My handle's going to be very sticky as well. We will put these on here. My hands are all going to be all sticky too. There's my Meat Stick 5 Duo temperature probe, so you can see the internals dropped. It's down to 185, 187. Leave that over here. And we're going to let the glaze tack up, darken up a little bit at 300, and I'll see you up at the cutting board. Okay, so the glaze is set. We've let it tack up and char up a little bit. Look at the color on these things. They look great. Oh, they're very floppy, which is telling me that they're done. Let's get this one. Oh, yeah. These things are just falling apart. I'll bring my, so my electronics don't get too wet. It's raining. It's raining on and off. We'll go upstairs. We'll let these rest on the counter for a few minutes, and then we'll slice into them. see what we got on the inside. I'm kind of excited about this. See you upstairs. Okay, well, we're back upstairs here in the barbecue lab, which looks a lot like a kitchen, but hey. So these things smell amazing. They smell like charcoal, charcoal and wood. I put cherry in there for the early part of the cook. Used FOGO lump charcoal. Worked out very, very well. Got a nice char. Did some glaze on there. It all looks great. So enough talking. Let's cut into this thing and see what we got. I like to flip it over so I can see which way the bones go. See, kind of go sideways a bit here on these ones. Wow. Well, they definitely are juicy. Look at the smoke ring on there. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but it's really nice. Yeah. Yeah, juicy, smoky. They smell great. Okay, so let's take a bite out of one of these things. See if it's okay. It's juicy. It looks juicy. Bites right off the bone, so you know it's done. Excellent flavor. I'm going to take one more bite. That's how you know when a rib's done, is when it pulls right off the bone like that. It's got a good bite. I'll put that off to the side. These ribs were amazing. Let's talk about final thoughts and conclusions. Let me take my gloves off for a second. So, Lost Canuck's final thoughts and conclusions. The Compart Duroc ribs that I got at Northern Fire, these things are awesome. If you can get Duroc pork where you live, normally I go to my local butcher shop, Billy, but I had these things in the freezer for a while and I wanted to kind of get rid of some stuff, so I cooked these up. But the Compart is really well marbled, really good taste to them. My little AutoIgnite 545, let's talk about that for a second. I got it for 150 bucks, okay? Now, a lot of you guys out there are saying, Lost Canuck, how the heck, I don't believe you. How the heck did you get it for 150 bucks? Well, when you saw me do the unboxing or when I did the burn-in and everything, I showed you the price tag. Home Depot in the wintertime was blowing these things out for 150 bucks. Now, there's an app, or actually a website that I go to called Rebel Savings, and it scans all the Home Depots for all the deals. So if you type in Masterbuilt, I just did last week, I think there's only 3 places in the United States, the whole country, that you can get these things for 150 bucks. I think there's one in New Jersey, maybe one in Michigan. I can't remember. Anyways, that's how I found my deal. So I picked my grill up in Green Bay when I was working over there, and I just threw it in the back of my truck and drove over. For 150 bucks, even if the thing was junk, which it's not, I'm not saying it's junk, it wouldn't have hurt so bad. So if you can find it for 150, grab it. It's well worth that. I have seen them selling for $3.99 at some of the stores, so you can always check. But anyway, so yeah, I think they're like normally $4.99. I've seen them $100 off for Father's Day or something like that. But so that's the deal on the AutoIgnite. Simple to use. I mean, is it going to last forever? It's light duty. So if you can get a few years of use out of it, go for it. That little mini hopper, it's pretty thick. That should last a while. And Tom Horseman, if you ever check his channel out, he's got one. He really likes his. I like mine. Mine was cheap. I'll probably hang on to it. The rub that I used, excellent rub. So check that stuff out. Glaze worked out very well. All right, so that's it. That's my final thoughts and conclusions. So if you're new to the channel, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking me out. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. The thumbs up button really helps my channel. I really appreciate it if you took the few seconds out at the bottom there and hit the like. And then if you're new, don't consider subscribing. So you know, besides hitting the like, hit that subscribe and notify me, the little ding, ding, ding. It'll let you know when I have new content available. And I've got different charcoal content. I got a PK, I got a drum smoker. I've got this really cool rotisserie I just bought from Wellspring Components. Check those videos out. I'm having so much fun with that thing. So I've got lots of other equipment, content. Leave me a comment down below. I answer them all. Let me know what you'd like to see me cook next on the AutoIgnite, on my other stuff, anything. You know, I answer all my comments. All right, so if you liked anything I used in the video, my Hey Grill, Hey Gloves, my little Meat Stick 5 Duo, I really like this thing. This thing's been working out pretty well. Go to my, I got affiliate links below. It's my Lost Canuck barbecue store. It's an affiliate link store, all the links below. I do make a very small commission, but it doesn't cost you anything extra if you do buy something from there. Father's Day is coming up soon. There's a lot of good gift ideas. 4th of July, all that kind of stuff. Or if you're from my homeland, 1st of July, you get something there too. All right. So Lost Canuck always says, you know, I just did get a free bowl of soup with this awesome hat.
This is the worst looking hat I ever saw. Well, you buy a hat like this, I'll bet you get a free bowl of soup, huh? Oh, it looks good on you, though.
All right, so enough of the silliness. We're at the end of the video. My final words are always the same. Don't forget, be kind to each other. It really matters. It's really important. Things are getting tough out there. It's getting crazier day by day. All right? So just consider being kind to whoever you meet or whatever, because you never know what they're going through or what's happening. And don't forget to check out some of my other content. Lost Canuck always says, take care, bye-bye, love you guys.